Hello YouTubers, Roguemonkey Jr. here for BFNations, and in today's video I'll be covering the July patch notes for Battlefield 1. The game was just patched this morning, so if you haven't updated it yet, now is the time to do so. It does require quite a bit of space at 4.9 gigabytes. Now without further ado, let's get stuck right into the patch notes. As always, there'll be a link to the full notes in the description down below. I won't be reading through all of the patch notes as some aren't that interesting or it would just make the video much too long. So first and foremost, the Xbox One X now has 4K support. So they say we've heard your requests and are excited to deliver on a highly anticipated feature, Xbox One X 4K resolution rendering. Now Xbox One X players can enjoy Battlefield 1 in full 4K resolution, combined with high dynamic range colors. You'll witness the battlefield like never before. So that is an update specific to the Xbox One X. Now jumping into the update for all platforms, so match experience, improved loading times going into the soldier customization screen, and reduced occurrence of disconnects when trying to join a server. Fixed an issue with map vote results not being respected if an RSP map rotation changed whilst in progress. Fixed issue with squad boost sometimes counting down during pre-round phase, reinforced the result of map vote when the game server is migrating to a different host due to maintenance, fixed an issue where players in a queue were blocked from joining a match behind a player that was waiting for a space to open on a specific team as a result of join on party or friend. So that is the issue where if you were in queue in a server, but you knew that there was, like, for example, 2 spots open, but on one team was full, and a player was waiting to get on that team, that would block you from actually joining the server, which was super annoying. So next, maps and game modes, rebalanced shock operations on Lupco Pass, Z-Raid, and Prise de Tahur. Now I'm not going to go through all of the balancing changes for these maps. You can go and read them yourself if you really want to. There's quite a few, and it would just drag the video on way too long if I went through all of them. Weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, M1903 Experimental now has an alternative fire mode. Now this alternative fire mode is the long-awaited bolt action mode for the M1903, so you pretty much have a 2-for-1 weapon now, the M1903 Experimental as well as the M1903 Infantry, both in one nice little package. Next, fixed an issue where vehicle-laid anti-tank mines would have difficulty detecting vehicles, adjusted the reload time of the C96 pistol when loading single bullets to better match its animation. Gameplay, fixed instances where players could grief teammates using shell-type weaponry such as mortars and AA guns. Friendly flares will now display their spotting radius to teammates, allowing for better coordination between recon players. That's great. Fixed issue where damage that resulted in score that was lower than 0.5 wasn't messaged to players. Score lower than 0.5 from damage is now rounded up, granting at least 1 point of score. So I would suppose that's when you're damaging vehicles or something. It'll tell you that you did 1 damage. User interface and user experience, so these are all of the quality of life changes to Battlefield 1. Added gameplay options for adjusting color and visibility of the lens sight reticles, so on the optical variants of weapons. Added gameplay options to show compass bearings numbers on the minimap and the big map. So now on the minimap you should be able to have as well as cardinal directions. Moved the objective world icon names from below the world icons to above those to reduce UI clutter and obstruction of the player view over soldiers near the objectives. Added gameplay options for adjusting the visibility of the 3D objective and soldier names separate from the icons. The world icon customization gameplay options now work in spectator mode. Added gameplay options for adjusting the crosshair size and the hit indicator size. Added gameplay options for adjusting the visibility of the receiving damage HUD panel. Added gameplay options for adjusting the size and visibility of the following HUD elements, separate ones per each of the elements. So scoring messages, kill log messages, chat log, game mode info panel, squad list panel, vehicle seat layout, vehicle passenger list panel, player info panel, as well as miscellaneous HUD elements such as weapon, vehicle, reload hints, comma rows, interactions, warnings, awards, and etc. Fixed an issue with dog tags sometimes showing up blank in kill cards or when completing a melee kill. So there's been a lot of additions to customization of the HUD in game. If you want it less cluttered, you can have it that way. If you want it more cluttered, only God knows why you would want it more cluttered, you can have it that way too. So that's great. It just makes the HUD much more customizable and allows the player to have more control over what they want and don't want to see. So these are the patch notes, well, at least the notes that I found were most interesting. Once again, link in the description down below for the full July update patch notes. Let me know in the comments down below if you're happy for some of these changes, if you're glad that we now have essentially a M1903 Infantry variant. While you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to BF Nations if you haven't already to become part of the fastest growing unofficial Battlefield community in the world. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.